uh, the director's cut?
No.
No, I have not seen the director's cut.
It's a little bit
How
longer,
is
and
it?
there's like some more. It's good. It's worth watching if you really like the movie. Put the
Yeah, it wasn't
cookie
bad.
down now. That's a bomb. This is a sick world we're living in with sick people. Yo, Sinbad has some funny ass lines in that movie.
Yeah, he was solid. He was solid for his time. Still seeing that movie. I know that movie existed. You can't be with it.
I appreciate it because like I saw it as a kid, so as an adult, the jokes like where he's going off about theoretically a woman sleeping with everybody at the post office but him. It's just like suddenly he's just ranting about how shitty his life is as a mailman. It's
Now,
like, damn, Sinbad, I feel you now as an adult.
be honest. Did you see Shazam?
Shazam?
No, I think I saw it on TV once because I remember seeing him as a genie, but I always preferred Kazam because of
Okay.
that scene where he made it rain junk food. That's really the only reason I think I ever liked that movie.
And it was Shaq. I remember when you said Shazam, I was thinking of the like superhero movie that just came out. What
Nah,
was
but I'm talking about the genie movie
the
with
Sinbad
Sinbad.
movie?
Yeah, do y'all remember that?
Yeah, I
movie?
remember that.
Yeah. I like I said, I remember liking it as much and just being like, Sinbad's cool, but cause Shaq's a better genie.
It never existed.
I don't remember
though.
either movie that vividly. I do remember that scene you were talking about though when he was raining junk food though. That's crazy. I remember that part.
It's pretty much a kid with a kind of a gangsterish dad who has a nightclub, and then he finds his genie, and they're kind of cool, and then his genie gets famous and becomes a rapper, and he raps in the movie, and then there's some shit that happens, and then there's that scene that as kids we remember because it's like, holy shit, it's raining junk food. This is amazing, even though it's like a back alley warehouse. All that shit got fucking listeria and all that. It's just disgusting.
Happy New Year's! It's the first episode of 2023. We're asking.
I don't prescribe to the Gregorian calendar anymore. Fuck that.
Yep. Me. Do you remember Shaq?
I mean, that's another episode all on its own. But tonight we're
Not
asking,
really, because I don't prescribe to really any time calendars. It's just a record keeping tool. I'd rather not.
Right? We're not supposed to celebrate our birthdays anymore either.
I really don't, and I haven't in a while. That's probably why I still get carded all the time.
Well, tonight we're asking, did the internet ruin relationships? Stay tuned.
Yes. To be fair, despite the role the internet has, I will say I'm kind of a fan of the music. It's not too bad. It's got an interesting vibe. So we'll see if they're to blame solely.
I just want to know if anybody else remembers Shaq Fu or not.
Talking Junk Network,
where entertainment lives.
Oh, we're not doing an intro, so? Voodoo.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to
BreakRoom, yo.
Your favorite rapper's favorite podcast.
See, this is why I like your show. You guys charismatic. You know the right things to say.
Tonight's episode is brought to you by Heaven's Pantry's Excalibur. 6 simple ingredients makes up the perfect chocolate energy bar. Go to Amazon.com right now and get your order and use the first promo code HP Street to get 20% off, and then use the promo code TalkJunk69 for 10% off every order after. You can't go wrong, and we know you'll be back for more. We're also brought to you by Dizzle, the premium luxury liqueur straight out of California. This thing is 80 proof, cognac, tequila, mango, hints of citrus. You cannot go wrong. It mixes with everything. You don't believe me? Go to dizzlebrand.com right now and see which distributor gets it to you the cheapest and the fastest. If you're not dizzling in 2023, what the fuck are you doing? Because we dizzling over here, baby. Welcome to the Break Room, the podcast that comes to you live now every Friday night. We got Jasmine, Doc T Wolf Tallin over there, and Dre. What's going on tonight, fellas? Lady.
I wonder where the rest of these niggas at.
I don't know. Some of them didn't pay their phone bill.
What?
I guess so.
Come on, it's a new year. Get it together.
It's
I mean,
all
you
right.
could hop on the Wi-Fi still, right? They still give you Wi-Fi?
Yeah, well, yeah, they still give you Wi-Fi. But as you know, sometimes times change and people aren't used to the new times. Alizé's hip to it. She's here. Happy New Year, she said. Happy New Year to you too.
Happy birthday, Alizé.
What?
Tell your
She must-
friends what's good up in her.
Happy birthday?
She must definitely have them notifications subscribed to. So make sure all of you that are watching right now, either live or in the archives or on Spotify and Anchor, thank you for watching. Click that subscribe button and make sure the notifications are on. Set to always. So when we pop on, bing, bing, it vibrates your boxes.
And it's not going to be annoying. Like, we're not going to be sending you notes all the time every day. We don't have time to be that invested yet, but with your help, maybe we could be, and we'll tell you, hey, just put on the half bell if you just want to know about these. All right? Help us get to the half bell notes by putting on that full bell. All right? Am I tripping or is it just fucking silent?
No, sir. I'm sorry that the crickets were rolling. Somebody just called me to. I just let them know that we were on, so they're about to jump on.
I was
I'm
going to
sorry.
say,
I
it was
lost my
just a
train.
silent floating head over here. What the fuck?
No, I know exactly what I was saying. Now listen to me. To all you viewers out there, all you break room viewers out there, all right? You make sure that those notifications are on. Because like Talon said, we're not going to bother you always. We're just going to bother you when you're nice and comfortable and when you're nice and relaxed. And then we're going to pop on live, and that buzz, that notification is going to hop right on that box and let you know that we're on so you can jump on. And we
You
can
know,
make
this is kind of sounding suggestive.
I told you it was gonna get crazy.
It's not for the lighthearted. It's not for the lighthearted.
Hey, you know what? It is the break room, though, so, you know, we can't hear you. You do whatever you want.
The Matrix keeps making you cut out there. So we heard you keep doing whatever you
Want.
I mean, fill in the blanks, babe.
I mean, we can fill in the blanks, but who knows if he said anything after? You know what I mean? I mean, come on.
I mean, that's fair, but no, I didn't. I did the expected.
Oh. All right. Well, what do you before we get into the topic, right? What was your what ran through your mind when we first said we were going to talk about? What were some of the
When
first things that ran through
when you said what?
when we decided that we were going to talk about this topic?
Yeah. The answer is yes.
No, I don't mean if you would agree to it. I mean, what are some of the first things that ran through your mind in terms of what we wanted to talk about? What popped right into your head when you thought about this topic?
I mean, honestly, I didn't think of
Anything?
like talking points. I talked about the very real aspect of it because I'm living that, and it's just like, yeah, fucking sucks. Like, it's a tired point because it's also a major talking point, but nobody's actually talking about it. Everybody's just emoting all over the place and getting nowhere, and things are just generally getting worse. And credit to people like Pearl and similar women out there who like are also like echoing fair points, not just denoting all red pill rhetoric as manosphere alpha male squawking points, because some of it is that bullshit, but of course it is. There's going to be an opposite side, but like end of the day, the internet is only going to show you controversial and anti-progressive things, especially on major platforms. It's part of the algorithm, especially on TikTok. It's not going to show you progressive or agreeable positions or debates that are actually exchanging ideas and not looking to destroy each other and their position. Nobody is ever talking to help elevate themselves and each other. Everybody's always talking to attack and destroy the other person. And that's why we never get anywhere, and why, generally speaking, our conversations and debating ability have gone to the shitter because we don't have the ability to communicate anymore. We just emote at people, and we're getting to a point that most of our conversations get down to a bunch of different barking noises that we use via words.
Right.
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 We should pay that guy to clip that.
You
Yeah.
were kind of right when you were about to make your point in the conversation that you were just starting. It would like fuck you, like cyber fuck you, and it would just cut you out. And then
Well,
you'd pop back
according to
on mid
StreamYard,
conversation.
you should be able to get this podcast with no interruptions. I'm pretty sure you're
Right.
paying for that level, so we should be able
I
to
heard you
recover it.
fine. I heard you fine. You didn't cut out right there.
Okay,
Maybe
so
it's the distance.
could be. Or it could be my shit connection. Or it could be my kids are just hogging up the Wi-Fi.
Man, that's why you got to be able to remote access their shit and shut it off.
Gotta be able to cut that shit off.
I could cut this shit off. Anyway,
Yeah, do it. Do it.
no, because then they're gonna come out here. They're quiet right now. Right, they'll come out here like zombies, bro. See, it's not just relationships with your significant other or somebody to be that the internet is messed up. It's messed up all types of relationships. But
Most interpersonal relationships.
right. But I guess we'll get there. And where the fuck does all of this start? Well, where everything fucking starts.
BoJack
With
Horse
Migs in Las Vegas. How you
In the
doing, man?
90s.
Dr. Wolf and the Mario Hodes.
Hold ass.
Wait, why y'all
Hodes.
that to his
Welcome to the break room.
BoJack Horse Whisperer?
Talk to Jason about that.
No, I already know.
Why?
Hey, yo, that sounds a little
I know nothing about that.
slow sound.
About a horse, man? Yeah, I'm sure.
That's fun.
I just say nay and keep it pushing.
I'm not sure what these puns are referring to, but it feels illicit.
Oh, heavily illicit. You know how we do.
90s. When I say the 90s,
Okay.
all right.
That's what we're talking about
The
right
night.
here.
When I say the 90s, what are some things that pop in your head?
Better literal vibration of the planet. Like it
Shaq.
felt better.
I think of all the '90s cartoons and
All the
some good ass
better
music.
vibe, 90s cartoons, good music. What about you, Dre?
Shaq Fu.
Shaq Fu.
Wow.
I heard you say that in the intro. I just couldn't unmute.
Yeah, it's crazy because I don't know why I'm looking this shit up, but they remade Shaq Fu.
Mm-hmm.
They remade it a couple times.
Nah, just one as
Just
far as
once.
I find, and it shit looks terrible.
I
But
believe it was.
first Shaq Fu was terrible.
Well, Shaq got to make his money. You already know that. What about you, Mach? 90s.
Well, at least he shares it.
What about the 90s?
What do you think of when I say the 90s?
I think about Michael Jordan, Dragon Ball Z, crack.
Crack.
I'm sorry, my
Crack in the
nigga.
streets.
Dragon Ball Z and then crack.
That's
Wow.
fair.
Yeah, because that's all I saw when I was a kid. Crackheads everywhere.
Crack?
Yeah, that was, the launch.
So you must have thought DBZ was a documentary because you saw people powering up in the streets,
They were it was Super Saiyan 3 all day long.
running around.
What about AOL?
Hell yeah.
What about it?
And
Dial up.
It's kind of crazy. The internet used to get sent to you in the mail as an advertisement.
Right. Because they have to convince you to use it.
It was part of the propaganda, regardless, and they knew it. Eventually,
Right.
everybody fall in line with it.
Right. It was. I mean, that's where I started. AOL. That's where most of us here,
Everybody.
I would say, started.
Everybody.
What did you say that? But that's where you started. That's where everything's. That's one of the good sides, I would say, of the internet. That's one of the pros. When you started using it, and that's just because it's the beginning of it. That's before all the fucking sick shit started happening.
No, don't be fooled. That was always there.
It was. Fashion, FUBU, crisscross, and 8-ball jackets. Yes. Yes,
Hey, there you
100%
go.
90s.
Wow.
Fubu.
Yeah. Well, what about the Anichi and Jabbar jeans?
Yo, first of all, you know that shit's not Inichi.
It's E-Nice?
Yeah, it's E-Nice.
It's NYC.
Nigga said it's E-Nice.
Yeah, it's E-Nice because
NYC.
nobody cares about New York and what you think about yourself.
Okay.
Nah, bro, it's NYC.
Yeah.
I never
You
knew
guys
that.
actually probably spell it that way.
Wait, no, I heard somebody say that's what is how you're supposed to say it. But where did the fucking Nietzsche come from? Like, who made that up? And why did we run with that?
That's how everybody in New York pronounced it.
Probably a rapper that was wearing it said it like, "Yo, it's a Nietzsche, bro."
I'm trying to think about that. Like, who? Nah, I guess.
True, or a drug dealer.
Because it does sound like Gucci, you know. It's a Nietzsche.
Rappers from New York wasn't gonna wear shit like that unless they were paid to wear shit like that. And that's like the start of a lot of rappers having their own clothing lines and stuff like that too.
Nah, because
This is true.
It was the hot shit back then, so motherfuckers would jump on the wave. You know that. Hard.
Gotta ride that dick wave.
Just like FUBU.
And what about
And
and
those
ones?
8-ball jackets. And that crisscross bullshit. Almost everything he said. Because that fucking backward shit. Who's gonna wear their pants backwards?
Nobody did that. Nobody did that.
Ooh,
Really.
those are good ones.
Nah, but those were the y'all remember Nelly and the St. Lunatics? The niggas was rocking the football jerseys backwards.
No, they did that shit, bro.
My brothers did that shit. Both of them.
They really wore that shit outside the house, like.
You actually imagined that, Jazz. It never happened.
Yeah.
That was the early signs of being dehydrated.
I think I have pictures.
It's crazy.
So you have pictures? Nah, don't show those because I'll be wrong. I don't want to be wrong.
Yeah. No bullshit. We on Friday nights now, right? Because I dead ass forgot the schedule. I ain't gonna lie. I'm over here doing laundry like a fucking dad.
Yes.
Actually, we're doing shits on Fridays and Wednesdays, my guy. Where were you Wednesday?
Someplace between working and probably putting my kids to sleep.
Yeah, well, you should find somewhere to put us in your pocket so you can listen in. All
I
right.
have all I need. I
I
have
don't. I
all I
don't
need.
want you. I don't want to be here Wednesday and you're not here, Migs. Okay, I'm tired of missing you.
First of all, it's okay to yell at me, but the next time you have lesser volume than that, we have a problem because I don't think you're serious. Yes, I'll be there next time.
All right,
I'll
cool. Because we're only on Fridays.
Okay, cool. Because I forgot. I'll forget again on Wednesdays.
And from now on, you always end up asking about Wednesdays. Don't worry, I got you.
Yeah, I got you. And I still don't fucking get it. I'm not getting Instagram notifications anymore. So I gotta
still get
always
what?
open it. Huh? No,
Oh, the
notifications
notification.
like when we're talking to each other or notifications for the.
Hold
Oh
on.
my god.
Hold on.
Anything else you'd like to say?
Yes,
You
sir.
miss so much shit, man.
It's very funny that you would talk about notifications. We just went over with the audience that's watching live and listening in the archives. Let me grab this mic real quick.
Hey, yo.
Now, what you guys are supposed to do
Put his lips on it and shit.
is take your naughty fingers and click that subscribe button and make sure all those notifications are turned on. Because when those notifications are turned on and we go live, it'll vibrate those boxes.
Yo, why are you using like a 70s porn voice?
My man over here trying to seduce the box.
In front of a mic.
He's trying to be the original Godfather, talking about vibrating boxes and notifications. You know, I appreciate it, but at this point, you should just put on the voice or something. You know.
Well, just saying.
See, your glasses are better.
The notifications, man. That's the word of the day. Notifications. Also, I'm having more peanut butter and jelly shots today, so excuse me. Macho might come out tonight. Oh, Macho hasn't been here for Macho coming out. Sometimes when the dizzle or the liquor take over, the Macho Man comes out, and he tends to stay for the whole episode,
Yeah, just so much will pull this shit back until at least 45.
Right. No, I'm not there yet. I've only had one shot so far. I'm about to be on my second. Would you agree that early AOL and early internet is what eventually led to these early dating apps?
I don't know because it I guess so because the dating apps are really just a migration of shit like eHarmony. But they've been like condensed for modern times where people don't want to go through all that bullshit of filling out a list and them trying to match you. They just show me a picture and let somebody explain themselves and I'm going to like them or dislike them. You know, it's been very streamlined.
I'll pull back on the app and I'll put dating websites in there because there were dating websites before apps because apps are new. You're 100% right. I had that written down to too advanced for that time. Dating websites took off right after the early internet and AOL. That eventually led to social media, where people could connect all over the fucking world. That
Well, MySpace.
what?
Yeah,
That
shout out to MySpace.
MySpace.
was MySpace the first social media? I don't think so.
And I don't know if it was the first one, but it was probably one of the most major, like in
MySpace
terms of
connected with
popularity,
other.
because like
Hey
celebrities
Google,
started having MySpaces and stuff.
what was the first social media?
Probably some type of forum.
6 Degrees is widely considered to be the very first social
The fuck
networking
is
site.
that?
Founded by Andrew Weinreich in May 1996,
Nobody
the site
fucking
launched the
don't know
following
6
year and
degrees.
combined popular features such as profiles, friends lists, and school affiliations in one service.
Did y'all hear that?
Yeah, I mean that's not wild because I remember being a part of
I
KSI
don't know
for a
what.
little while and Halo 2 clan, and they had a website where they had a similar thing. And there's like chat boxes and stuff like that. It was a little less developed, but it was functional. So I'm not surprised there was some kind of obscure first one done way before what we knew.
True. Well, mine was probably MySpace. Other than AOL. Like to do your own profile and have your
I'm trying to
your
think because
friends and all that shit.
wasn't there something before MySpace?
AOL.
People really just use like AOL chat rooms and stuff like that, and like people would use Yahoo chat rooms and things like that. Instant messaging and having your friends there was really kind of like the first real like digital cell phone connection texting mechanism.
Right.
No, you're right. That Yahoo shit is probably
That
one of.
that infamous door opening and closing where you might wait and be like, I hope they get on. I hope they get
I used to
on.
use that shit all the time. it gives you those false options and those false hopes of meeting somebody. GeoCities.
GeoCities was another one. I think that was on Yahoo or like became part of Yahoo at one point.
Well, that's kind of where it starts. Would you agree for relationships?
I do not know Black Planet.
What was that? Black what? Black Planet? No, I remember that one. Let me get a list. Let's get a list.
I'd like to see that world. Excuse me, that cartoon, Captain Black Planet. He just flies around and makes things blacker, like culturally blacker, and just more chill. Like he goes up to people who he knows doesn't have rhythm, and just like Shazam gives them rhythm. He drops off seasoning, stuff like that.
Let's see. 8 discontinued social media channels and features. Let's see. Vine is at number 1. MySpace. Friendster.
What?
Google Plus.
I remember that.
Open Diary. The fuck was that? Ping. Orchid. Eons. And that's their list. I don't know any of those except the obvious ones.
Yeah, like Eons.
Well, our chat started in 1888. Text-based chat on PC.
Must have been like the Morse code of text chatting.
It used to be that the only way to meet a person is to go out and actually meet a person or meet a person by happenstance. And wouldn't you say when you see somebody and meet somebody like that, that would make you focus if you really wanted that person's attention, that would make you focus on that person. And all you had was phone, and there was barely any cell phones.
Remember the walkie-talkies? That's probably what was
Man, they had pagers, bro.
before the internet. Everybody got
Yeah, but who here had a fucking pager?
I mean, I was born in '91, so I definitely fucking didn't.
Me neither, bro. I was born in '87. I
Right,
was
but
in.
they were that was a big thing for a while though. Like if you were of age to have one, if you had one, that was the shit. Made you look important. Oh, yo, I gotta go get that.
And really, your mom is fucking paging you because you forgot to bring the milk home.
I was gonna say I remember in Fresh Prince when Will got a pager and he had like a he had a cell phone in a briefcase. Like
Oh,
that's what the briefcase was for, to carry the phone around.
yeah. I remember back in the day when the pagers were used for like emergencies when you couldn't make a phone call right away. So you see everybody and their mother holding out the pager and running to a payphone talking about, "I got an emergency call. You got a quarter?"
My mom had a pager, but
I had one too
I don't
until I
know.
was like, "Fuck this, I need a phone." And then the sidekicks and the Blackberries came out.
Yeah, sidekicks were the shit for a long time.
Fucking sidekicks.
And then after sidekicks, there's that chirp.
Sidekicks had its own type of chat though, too, right? It's
Yeah,
exclusive.
I think it was through through Boost, or was it T-Mobile?
Just like Burberry. I mean,
Yeah,
I said fucking
BlackBerry.
Burberry. Was it
Blackberry.
BlackBerry had its own thing.
Uh, what else? The walkie-talkies, like she said. But the only thing, most of it is not based off some. I mean, modern technology. I guess you can throw in there with the internet. But that's where.
What about the two-way pages? Y'all remember them
What about
shits?
the what?
The two-way pages. It was almost built like a sidekick, but you could flip it up and start like pressing buttons to send a message.
Yeah, the Motorola shits.
Motorola. That's the name I was looking for.
Motorola two-way.
Motorola was a king back in the day.
Oh yeah, especially for the Nextel phones, the bleep bleeps.
Oh yeah, that was the.
Everybody did those more than phone calls.
That's because you didn't have to pay
Yeah, I
for the
love those
walkie
shits.
function. Oh no, that was Boost, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was Boost. It was Nextel though.
Yeah.
Nextel
And then,
phones on Boost. That's what it was.
and really,
Yeah,
that shit's
but they use Motorola phones though.
that shit really started off for construction workers.
Oh yeah, because they started making the ones that were yellow and black, so that way if niggas dropped it, you can see it, and it had like that protective rubber around it.
Yeah, but
They were mad
they
sturdy.
had those first though.
I mean, think
Before
about it. It
fucking
makes sense in terms of functionality. You get a walkie-talkie function, but also, if necessary, it's a phone so you can call out. I'm sure at the time that was like that blew people's minds. Like, are you serious? I can do both in one.
I'm kind of tight that it's a dead fucking technology because I love that shit.
It's not. All you have to do is make an app and hire somebody good at marketing, and it'll be a thing again.
All you have to do is what? Make it what?
Make an app and then hire somebody good or even just decent at marketing, and it could become a thing again.
But they already have an app for that.
I haven't heard about it, so their marketing person must suck.
They were fucking advertising it during one of the first bad hurricanes in the 2000s.
What?
I wasn't out here. I don't remember which one. Yeah, bro. They were like, download this shit. You can use it off of Wi-Fi, record it, and when your loved ones listen, they can hear it. It's like a walkie-talkie thing that can go off of I don't know, some type of fucking signal.
Went off of the ether.
My dad, he's in Puerto Rico, and when they went through that horrible fucking hurricane, I don't remember was it Maria? It was one of. Hey Google, which hurricane first destroyed Puerto Rico?
According to Wikipedia, Hurricane Maria was
Yeah,
a deadly
Maria.
Category 5 hurricane.
Definitely did change things. That's a fair point. Gizder forever. Jizz Doctor Forever? Is that what that is? Because that is a clever way to be vile on Twitch.
I like it. I like it a lot.
You would like Jizz Doctor Forever.
Right?
It's appropriate. It's appropriate. I like that.
I don't understand how it's appropriate, but you know.
He's
okay.
also good today.
Yeah, I was a Jesus doctor today. Oh.
Said that earlier in the car.
Hey, did y'all hear that they're making a new house party?
How you do, Teddy?
In LeBron's house?
I don't know where the fuck it's gonna be. I just saw that there's a trailer for it, and my thought was, well, it must be at the home now.
No, it's at LeBron's house.
It's really at LeBron's house?
Yeah, it's at LeBron's house.
That sounds fucking lame. That's just gonna be a lazy celeb-ridden kind of fest, probably.
It's one of those movies that they make.
Just it sounds like a Soul Plane.
Nah. I'm telling you, it's one of those movies that they make just to keep the rights to a franchise.
That's fair.
It's one of those movies that should have been on just DVD.
It should have been done like 10 years ago.
Put it in the movies anyway. Right. Because when was the first one done? Early 90s?
Yeah, hell yeah.
And then they had a second one.
And there's a third. How many are there? There's at least 3.
It didn't last past the mid-90s.
That's because Kid and Play didn't last that long.
Right, so they could have did one in the early 2000s, mid 2000s.
Like whenever How High came out, if they did it around that time, that would have been a good time.
People don't give a fuck. People don't give a fuck. All right. Well, once where the fuck were we?
Talking about social media.
Once you can connect with people on a larger scale, you start to lose interest on what's around you. Because more you can access more. That is part of the reason why relationships are a little tarnished by the internet. False options are a real thing. You think you have more. You think you're talking a fucking model on the end of the line in your DMs, right? You got your girl sitting in front of you, your man sitting in front of you, and Earl is in your DMs, posing as Cindy, with the big butt, nice hair, smooth skin.
All right, man,
Yeah, I got all these
I just got
catfishes
back.
out there.
I just got
Huh?
back. And this conversation is getting kind of gendered in not the right way.
No, I'm just saying.
Ain't nobody out here. I mean, there are some dudes who get catfish. Remember when catfish was a real thing? Like, how the fuck are you getting catfish today? You've got to be a fucking goofy. But like,
Fucking goofball niggas not actually asking for a picture or meeting in person or
no,
trying this long distance relationship bullshit.
you could FaceTime anybody in the world. How you get catfished?
Right.
It makes no sense.
Well, you know, they're busy right now.
Time they had the little video chat thingy, like you could
Exactly. Every app has that shit.
I mean, catfishing aside, right? People slide into people's DMs all the time.
No, see, don't nah. Men slide into women's DMs. Women don't slide into men's DMs. It's.
I mean,
it's a,
They
no,
probably do, but only the same
let
few
me not be
men.
so absolute about it, right? But most of the time, an attractive woman's DMs are going to be full and crazy for all kinds of guys. If you're a guy, your only way your DMs are going to be like that is if you have a check. You got a blue check next to your name or something like that, or you got 700,000 followers. Most people are not living life like that. So when we talk about this, like relationship dating in the internet conversation, it's skewed towards women's way.
It's definitely their choice.
You said it's their choice?
I mean, well, it could be because it's interesting because it's exactly how you say, like their DMs are full, whereas men's aren't unless they have a check. But all those same women are only DMing the people with a check, which is an unbelievable number of overlap.
Exactly. I don't know. I won't say it's their choice because I mean, yeah, it is like you don't have to have an Instagram.
I mean, they like it's their choice to either choose from the litter of people that are going at them, or to just try and be one of a dozen for one or two men.
I think that's what most women would rather prefer, to be honest. They want.
But
They
if
don't.
you suggest bringing somebody else in the relationship, you're an asshole. You know?
No, they don't. They don't want to be in a harem. They don't want to. They don't want to actually like acknowledge it. But they don't have a problem being a rich man's side piece. They just don't want it to be put in their face like that. That's disrespectful. That's rude.
I mean, nowadays it's everywhere. It's in their face. It's a thing. It's a big thing nowadays.
Yeah, but they try to play oblivious to it. Like they know it is.
Some of them don't nowadays, though. But before, back in the day, that was almost 100% for the females that.
How far back in the day?
77 or something. When were you born, Jay?
Not
too
too
like
far
the
back. I mean, I give it at least 10, 15 years. I'll say about that. Because somewhere in those 10, 15 years, polygamy turned into polyamory, and is now
I said that's always the thing, though. Like,
I mean, no, yeah, it was always a thing, but it always evolves for the times.
As long as there's rich men that have a whole bunch of money and power and shit, they're gonna have hundreds of women. It's just it's not acceptable today socially.
But now you don't have to be a rich man. Now you don't have to be a rich man to have a wife and several girlfriends living with you.
No, of course. Well, no. If you have a wife and 7 girlfriends living with you,
I didn't say 7. I said several.
Several girlfriends living with you, you most likely have to be a rich man. Regular man ain't gonna be able to afford that.
Unless they're all working, it could work.
That's such a rare thing to see. Like, that's some weird shit.
That's definitely not going to be something happening in the West.
That part too.
I mean, it's all over the internet. But that
hey, listen, you could hardly see a man in middle class nowadays with at least 2 women, let alone a third one bitching at him talking about, you did this and that. But it's like
this man over at least 2 women.
That shit is a hassle anyway. You got a wife and 3 other women you got to deal with. Who the fuck wants to do that?
Right, right.
Right, unless they're all friends and you ain't hiding nothing, that's just a headache.
And that shit
Bro,
only works for someone like Nick Cannon, right? When Nick Cannon he doesn't have a harem, but he might as well have a harem of women who are like, well, shit.
but they're not all together. They're separate. They're
Well,
separate, so
he got all the
not the
Yeah,
same.
kids
but
together
they
now,
separate but together like a chain link fence.
right? You saw that, right? Where he's got all the kids in the same home because he got all the money, so he could basically say whatever goes, other than like the kids with Mariah Carey. But most of those kids are gonna grow up in the same home together, which is that's if you're
Well,
gonna
that's
do it
what
like
I
that.
said. The money talks. So if since the kids are with Mariah Carey, is because
Well,
she
she got
makes
more money than him.
money, right?
Hey,
Yeah, but
whenever she's low on funds, them
all his
residuals
baby
from that
mamas,
Christmas song, man.
she's the only one that could do that. I haven't
She
heard that
makes more
song.
money just off that Christmas song alone.
I
Oh
haven't heard
man, I
that
fucking my
song.
daughter is Jalea went on
That
her
and
dick for that
that
shit.
one song from there's one song she made, I forgot the name of it, but that song that she made also makes me think of the '90s and in a good way.
Which
I can
one?
never remember the fucking name of the song.
I don't know if you noticed, but Mariah Carey got a lot of hit songs in the '90s, bro.
She does.
No, I know she
like
does, but like
one
it's a
for every year of a
particular
decade.
one. It's a particular one that's been used. Yeah,
But
this one, the one he's singing right now.
he could have sang like 3 other songs and they'd have been like, yeah, that was the #1 hit.
Right.
Nah, I'm not saying that, but like that particular one has like I think because it was used in a lot of stuff I saw as a kid.
I
That's
don't
why.
know what song he said, but yeah, it was probably a #1 hit.
Sweet, sweet fantasy, baby.
Yeah, that was the #1 hit.
Yeah, that one.
Now Mariah did the damn thing in the '90s.
Touch my
She
body.
def did.
But
And
most
I love how like people
women
just
aren't gonna
well,
be able
never
to
mind. I'm getting off
have.
topic.
I mean, the before we got into Nick Cannon and Mariah Carey, who had the biggest wallet in that relationship, the point I was trying to make was that with the introduction of the internet, there's a lot of scenarios that make it hard to uphold a traditional relationship in any sense, right?
Interesting.
Right? Because now you got kids thinking that they're above their parents because of things that they see. I've seen an old man today trying to scold his daughter, right? And his daughter is holding her video up like he's the cops.
And she was
Saying,
flagrant. She was
right.
probably pocket or some shit in school.
Bro, nah, she wasn't out of pocket in school. This little motherfucker went to Rue 21 and spent the car note on clothes. So now the car is going to be repossessed.
Yeah, I see the
I mean, it's irresponsible making that even accessible. But
But he's
that
trying to scold
part.
her.
You know, to be fair, I will say
In the right way, bro. Like he's trying to set value.
it's too late for
What
that.
was that? I couldn't hear you.
I was gonna say
Right, yeah, it's way too late for that, but it's not his fault.
when I see videos like that and they're posted on like TikTok or something, most of the people in the comments are gonna be like, "You're really ungrateful." They're gonna get. Most people are gonna say to her, "Hey, you know, your father doesn't have to buy you all of that shit. He
Do
doesn't
you
need."
really think she gives a fuck?
Yeah, I mean, if you raise a spoiled brat, that's what you get.
Yeah, but
But
nowadays it's not just about spoiled brat. Like my kids aren't spoiled, but they do have some. My oldest does have some entitled actions toward that she takes towards us, and I don't I don't like it. Like I don't take kindly to it either. But there's like no scolding these kids nowadays. Like it
bro, you
bounces
gotta
off.
but you gotta understand something. Like when you were 15, 16 years old, did you ever get on your parents' nerves and think you was right?
Yes.
Everybody was a teenager at one point in this conversation, right? And then you did some dumb shit when you was 15 or 14 years old. So it's only natural that your kids are gonna do the same. And 10 years from now,
Right,
she can
but
look at it and be
we
like, oh
we
damn.
still had some type of respect.
No, that's definitely. If I'm not saying disrespect, it should be tolerated. But there was a time in your life where you did something and you was a teenager, and
Right.
now that you're older, now you like, you know what? I was wrong, or I was tripping. Like, what was my mother was right? I should have listened to my mom that day. But when you're 15, you don't think about it like that.
Be like, oh my god, I gotta listen to this again. My god, I don't care.
Wait, you show me a teenager that don't think they know it all.
Most kids nowadays don't think there's consequences for their actions.
Uh-huh.
It's because there's not for a lot of them.
I was gonna say that. Yeah, they feel that way because it's true. For a lot of kids, they don't gotta pay for shit in any sense of the word.
Right.
Don't do that again.
In the case of this video I seen, he wanted to scold her in whatever way he wanted to, whether he wanted to whip her ass, whether he wanted to give her a stern talking to. He couldn't do it. He couldn't get a word in edgewise, nor could he even put a belt to fucking ass because she had the fucking phone out like he was gonna kill her, bro. And he was a fucking old man.
To be honest, I would slap the phone out her fucking hand.
But it's because of the internet that she thinks she's entitled enough to do that, to take advantage of her parents like that. Like there is a even the Department of
Labor, Justice,
Children and Families will tell you can discipline your children.
Yeah,
right? There's a fine line between discipline and abuse. Right, like you could discipline your kids.
Not with a closed hand, they say.
Right.
Like you can't use a bag of bricks.
I mean,
you can't punch them. You can't use weapons. Like that's not.
You can't maul them. Like you can't just like hand them their ass and then like move furniture with their body, or like you can't fuck them up. Like you need to scold them, not fuck them up, because there's a huge difference between what happened to us versus what parents are trying to do now today, but still end up fucking them up.
Yeah, now they just mentally scar them so they shoot places up more often.
That's crazy.
Look, yeah, definitely. Those are the little spoiled motherfuckers that just feels like, fuck you, mom. Like I'm my own human being. Like I don't need to be here, but can you send me $100? Like I'll smack that shit up that kid 5 times from Sunday, and I'll still sit him down for dinner. Like, so how was your day?
Now I've seen this other thing where this guy asked for his daughter's phone, and she fucking she got flagrant and started wailing all over the place and knocked over her geriatric grandmother, and she's now in juvenile hall.
Wow.
What was that, Aquaman?
I said wow.
Oh, okay. So you meant to sound like you was in a fishbowl. Fucking these are people sliding into DMs or being catfished or dating apps or options where you think you can get away from your parents or get away with fucking the proverbial murder. You know what I mean? Is all because you see this. You see people doing it, or you see people faking it, because most of these people fake it till they make it. They make the video to get the likes, and really they're not doing these things.
This is a generation of clout chasers. The internet is so weird to me. It's so fucking weird to me now.
You can actually make a living off of clout chasing.
Yeah.
You can make a living off of a lot of shit on the internet. There are motherfuckers selling their feet pics right now.
Yeah, they're selling a lot more than that.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of dignity for sale.
A whole bunch of dignity. A whole bunch of dignity in the form of voyeurism,
It's voyeurism. Voyeurism, not a Star Trek term. It's voyeurism.
Whatever. You know what I mean, all right?
My man wants to guess the G.
You explore different lands, bro.
Sounds like you have experience.
Oh my god.
Gotta check
Anywho,
those security cameras, right?
it's in the form of fucking apps and websites like OnlyFans and shit like that. It's accessible, bro. It's super accessible. So when
I've made this statement to people several times, but it takes 2 minutes to find 15 different vaginas and buttholes like on the internet. Like you don't even really have to. You just go to Twitter. You'll find a whole bunch. You don't even have to ask for it. You just be like, "Oh, what's this site? Oh, that's a butthole." Okay, that's not what I was looking for.
Sure, you weren't.
God forbid you're a kid on the
Not,
internet.
not at the moment. You know, it's always it pops up. It's like, oh, okay, that's
God forbid you're a kid on the internet whose favorite color is blue and loves a certain breakfast food.
is blue waffle even that like popular of a term still? That was a
No,
long time ago, bro.
they got safety searches for kids and shit. So if you actually were to Google that and like Google image it, you got to do a whole lot of shit to see
Not
the.
not very much. You just got to keep scrolling down a little bit.
Honestly, if you
Nah,
just search the medical terms for these things, you'll probably see it easy.
well, yeah. I mean, if you're looking at the medical term for it, you're probably not a young kid.
I don't know.
That's fair.
I have a feeling sometimes the kids are not as smart as the kids from the past generations.
Yeah, you get that feeling too.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like they're just more informed, but they just don't know how to use it. You know what I'm saying? They just don't have enough
They're more.
space.
I would say they know shit, but they still seem dumber.
Yeah, this is why
Well,
ADD and ADHD is like freaking storming over the world.
they more rely on their tech to do the work for them.
Yeah, I was gonna say that too because back when we were growing up, there was a lot more hands-on learning. Whereas now, nobody wants to do the hands-on shit anymore. They're just trying
Yeah,
to fast track.
Like, do we have plumbers?
Huh?
I
Say
said,
that?
like, do we have plumbers? Does Gen X want to plumb?
Do we have plumbers?
Yeah, I'm just saying, like those
There's two
trades
on
and
the
shit
show
like
right
that.
now.
Yeah, they do shit different. Like I've been doing different
Nah,
trades for
nah,
9 years, and you can when I see a younger person come in, and we tell them, "Hey, listen, we need you to put a piece of duck up." Okay, he goes to put the duck up. He pulls out a laser. He pulls out all these tools that's just like how he says more techie. And by the time he takes everything out, I'm already on the ladder and I already have the thing up because I used my freaking measuring tape. You know what I'm saying?
No, and to your point, they're taught differently than how we were taught to do things.
That's what I'm
And
trying to
that's
lead.
why sometimes it's a benefit to them, but other times it's not. Where it's like, yo, that what it took you 5 minutes to do, or like 10 minutes to do, it's gonna take him 30 because he was just taught that way.
Just look how we have people doing math nowadays. It's a travesty.
I mean, that's math is that's another one. I mean, it
Oh my
depends on the
god!
way
I don't
you
even.
want to do it. But yeah, there's definitely kids who still want to be plumbers, Talin.
I just hope so. You know.
There's
Some,
still kids out
but
there who
I
want to
don't.
do
it's
I
not.
HVAC,
don't think they
construction.
want to be. I just think they take it up because they know that it's gonna always be in demand. You know what I mean? Because kids nowadays, one thing
Well,
I can
yeah.
say about most motivated kids nowadays is that they want to, even though they want to use the internet to make most of their money and most of their living, most of them, not all of them, because they're dickheads, stupid motherfuckers. Because I've met some of them. Like I had one motherfucker go to sleep on the fucking laundry room floor, brother, on his shift.
Why?
It
That's
must
a
have been
story for
cold
another
and
day.
cozy.
Bro, I wouldn't sleep on that floor if they paid me. And they
Y'all
did.
paid him.
Well, yeah, well, then he got fired. But
Oh my god.
what was I saying? Most of these kids, they take it up so that they have something to fall back on or make money until they think that their dream or their internet fucking
Their YouTube
whatever
channel.
they have, business, TikTok channel, YouTube channel, Twitch channel is going to take off. You know what I mean? I'm going to play video games for 8 hours of the day. The other 8 hours, I'm going to fucking, do a trade. I'll get 4 hours sleep. Fuck
What
it.
do you mean, do a train?
Trade.
Trade.
Oh,
Yeah,
trade. Okay.
Oh my god.
What the fuck?
He got filth on his mind.
Yeah, this whole podcast, like, as with me, with him, his stuff has not been completely clear. So that's why I was thank you for the clarification.
Cool. But getting back to the whatever.
Voyeurism.
Yes.
Just go
voyeurism.
slower, bro. It's not embarrassing.
It's not embarrassing for me. I don't give a fuck. Hooked on Phonics came back out, so I'm thinking about getting that.
Yeah, you should. When's your birthday?
That shit didn't work then.
It's too far. It's too far.
maybe it's like an Easter gift.
He's a Leo, so it's in July
I'll be all
sometime.
right. I make. Don't be trying to deduce when my shit is, right?
Man, I'll get you the hooked on mocking phonics so you can even have the beat.
Why even give them hooked on? There's an app for that now, right?
Oh,
That
see, there you
doesn't
go.
work.
You just buy,
The apps don't work, bro.
they send the monkey separate.
Yeah.
Word, I'm gonna get you an alphabet monkey, bro. Your grammar's gonna be on point next year.
Cool. I plan to have great grammar and great pronunciation going into my 40s.
That's a good goal.
I don't give a fuck.
Very good goal.
It's your goal. You should give a fuck. Like, I didn't give it to you.
No,
you don't have to do it.
I don't give a fuck that it's a good goal. I mean, cool, it's a good goal, but I don't give a fuck about all of that.
You know, I just had a thought come to me, kind of going back to the topic at hand, relationships online. The ability for people to do what we're doing right now and become popular just really off a happenstance and maybe advertising on what they're saying. And then all of a sudden, what they say is essentially what people think is an insane phenomena. Like the power of influencers who really are just fucking people. They're nobody special. Most
Exactly.
of the time.
It's right in their name. They're called influencers. Do you remember when that first became a thing, when there were people calling themselves that on the internet?
Yeah, it's one of the most ridiculous things.
But it works.
Influencers?
Yeah, like it actually has.
They still call themselves that shit.
No, I'm saying, you remember when it first started to happen?
Yeah.
Stupid. Why would you call yourself that? Like, who you
influencing the fucking Special Olympics?
It's so presumptive of one's own actual influence on the world. It's like, fuck you.
But it's all in the wording, right? We know that. We know that from back in the early 2000s when 9/11 happened. And what was the key word then? What was the word of the day that everybody went crazy for?
Anthrax.
And terrorists.
Oh, yeah.
Not terror.
That's why I say it's our duty to fucking debunk all the shit that these influencers are saying to our kids. That's why my kids come, hey, bye, I'm like, fuck that, he's fucking retarded. I'm gonna show you this how you do it. Fuck him. I don't fucking, anything he tells me, I say, yo, that's garbage, that's bullshit. This is how you do it.
That's the key though, the second part. Because too many people are lazy and they'll just like decry and say no, but they won't realize the influence that these influencers actually have on their kids, and they're not going to listen to you like that. But if you say, nah, that's bullshit, and let me show you why, then they actually learn and grow wiser from it, and they're like, okay. And then that can help them make their own decision, like, this person doesn't know what they're talking about. Several times I've had my dad show me how they're lying, and then they just choose not to follow them anymore. It doesn't really take a lot to stop your kids from doing stupid things. You just have to recognize the moments that are very key in you helping them to direct in those decisions. And too many people are way too passive in that because they're still caught up in their own lives. Because another topic, they probably shouldn't even be married and have kids in the first fucking place.
Now, don't
Yeah.
get me wrong. There are those kids that are fucking great. They're great kids that listen to their parents and take those
Yeah.
fucking lessons to heart. And then we got them stupid ass motherfuckers that try everything on the internet.
They just
But
got
it's not
them
just
bad genes.
it's not just stupid ass kids that take influence from the internet. It's stupid ass adults too.
Yes.
Stupid ass adults. It's harder when it's in a relationship. Because before you could blame music and you can blame TV for people doing shit, but now the only thing you could blame is the internet because it's everywhere. It's active. It's on your phones. It's on the TV. Every computer. You know what I mean? It's fucking everywhere.
There's another reason why you need to like schedule. Hey, listen, you can be on your phone for
Isn't that what we're on? Yeah,
an hour.
I know.
You can play PlayStation for an hour. Other than that, we're gonna go outside. We're gonna ride our bikes. We're gonna go to the pool. You got to be active with your kids now, because if not, they'll get lost in that shit.
Right.
Yeah, the internet has quietly recently evolved, relatively speaking, and a very important term that if you're not aware of it, you should look into, or rather phrase, is the Internet of Things. If you're not aware of that phrase or you've never heard of that phrase, you should just look into it because it's part of the framework or how things are going to be going forward. Like it already is like what we're building on.
Where did you get? Where did you find that out from?
Where did I find it out?
Yeah.
Originally, I found it out while researching a few years ago on how to do like marketing for a different project I was working on called Creative Block. The Internet of Things is just kind of a part of understanding how the internet works and how to implement yourself into how algorithms are. Like it explains how like things are built on the internet. Like it's not a conspiracy theory or anything like that. It's a literal phrase and terminology
real shit
built into what's going on. So
Like,
it's if you have a curiosity about it, it's definitely worth looking into. If you don't, do yourself a favor and do it anyway, so that way you're not fucking dumb. Too many people are just no, that's boring, and so they just ignore it when you really should just at least be aware.
Yeah, but I think every person that does have common sense will notice that, because you have to look at it. The internet was made originally, like how Jason was saying and stuff. It's made for other things. Then the advertisers figure out, hey, listen, there's people on here. Let's try to sell some stuff to them. Hey, listen, let's get a bigger group of people. So let's now give the internet and computers to lower income people. Let's make it that people can get it accessible to them. So now, we have more people on these platforms. Now let's advertise. It was all grasped and taken over by advertisement. You just have to see it for yourself. Like you can, like especially us, we saw it because we was here from the beginning to now. So we saw it evolve into what it is.
Right.
Yeah.
I agree. However, I'd also say common sense is increasingly uncommon.
Yes.
Very much so. Very much so. And like I said, it's not just kids that are influenced. I mean, it sucks that it's the kids that are most influenced because they're gonna grow up that way and teach the other generation, the next generation, the same stupid traits that they picked up. But it's adults too. Adults pick up stupid things.
Let's be honest and clear here, though. The only reason why kids are so into technology at the ages they're at is because we, as in our generation, gave it to them in a much younger age and introduced it to them. We didn't have to do that. We chose to do with it, whether so that way we could use it ourselves or so that way it would be a means to keep them quiet so we could also entertain ourselves. I would say that a heavy part of the tech influence, like kids 3 to 7 don't need a fucking tablet, but there's a huge market for it. Why? Because parents are going to do it. They don't need to be doing that. There's already proven methods to teach and do your kid shit and interact with them so you could build a bond with them. But you'd rather buy them a fucking thing that'll do it for you and you can just check on the results and be like, look how smart my kid is, but you have no fucking relationship with them because you gave them a fucking TV screen.
Yeah. You let the teachers and the internet build a stronger bond with them rather than you. And it's gonna get worse too because they're gonna start putting Neuralinks in fucking babies that are 1 and shit, so they can start fucking formulating senses a lot faster.
Shout out to Elon. That's why he bought Twitter. If you guys didn't know, that's why he bought Twitter. He bought Twitter so he can get all the information on everybody because so many people post shit about their personal lives on the internet for no real reason other than. So it's gonna be even easier now to scout people and see and see people's thoughts and everything.
Yeah,
it was a big chess move. That Neuralink shit is crazy though.
Yeah, that shit's working with monkeys and all that shit. Like it's crazy. I knew about that shit when he first was talking about it, like three years ago. He was talking about that shit.
About what shit?
The
Neuralink. I've been talking about Neuralink with people I know for a while. They were like, "What the fuck is that?" Like, oh, you don't see. Now it's coming out. Everybody's talking about it. I'm like,
yeah, I'm cool on that.
Right? I don't want any parts. I think it's time to get off the internet. It was fun while it lasted.
Yeah, like if the internet just stops being like this and you have to get on Neuralink or some shit, then I'm gonna be like, well, thank you for the easy excuse.
Basically, it's like if all 5 of us have Neuralink, we could text each other. Why even fucking?
Yeah, why the fuck would we want to do that though?
That's like fucking mind reading. That's like
Yo, but
crazy.
as accessible as the internet has become over time, like more toxic people are using it to
Yeah,
like.
I'll just send mad random dick pics to like fucking 100 people for no reason.
Yeah, see,
oh fuck, I'm watching
I
fucking.
got a mental virus. Somebody's
yeah.
Keep showing me dick.
It's okay. It's okay to catch yourself.
It's just
I know
like
about
people. It's 2 people fucking across the street, and you know they fucking because you see them with their window open. You say, you know what? I'm gonna send fucking dick pics to the man while he's fucking his wife, so he can go fucking lose his mind.
Somebody's gonna learn how to hijack people's eyes, and then they're just gonna be beaten off with their eyes, and they'll be like, "I can't see anything but somebody beat me up."
Now, you know what's fucking crazy is I know we're making a joke about it, but realistically, every time humans come up with some new technology, one of the first things they always do is incorporate sex with it. Like historically, it's always been done. So it's like, then we got movies now. We got to make.
The reason we're here is because someone fucked. So like life is about fucking.
Right,
as
you're
much,
absolutely right.
So it's like,
human beings are always going to be horny as shit. Put some sex into something when it we don't even need as much porn as there is on the internet, right? There's no need for as much porn as there exists.
It's too much.
It's honestly ridiculous.
You know when it got bad? When they started making categories. That's when I was like, yo, I'm done. I'm like, yo, bro, like just back then it was just like you saw the bits, like her head was on the bottom because you was trying to get the free porn, but you can't. And then it's just like, oh, you didn't pick. It was just whatever what the fuck was playing. And you had to say, hey, listen, I'm gonna either wait for the next scene or fuck, I'm gonna get one off now. No, now it's categories. The shit is crazy, bro.
But isn't that always where adults make their mistake when it's centered around fucking sex?
I don't know. Ask Kim Kardashian.
No, not really.
I would say, yeah. The downfall of a lot of people's lives is going to be how they approach sex.
I mean, when being in a relationship,
especially a man.
What?
Wait, what do you mean being in a relationship? Like,
yeah, he got me lost with that one.
Like that's usually where shit goes sour. You know what I mean? That's
like
what when the man started watching porn while he's
yeah. The internet and texting and everything is usually where it starts.
Well, but if you're having some sort of like I don't know, bro. Like if you addicted, like if you fucking just had sex with your wife and then you go in the bathroom and beat off, that's something wrong with you. Like if your wife goes on a fucking 2 week trip and you say, "Yo, listen, I miss it. I don't want to cheat on her, so I'm gonna go through the fucking categories."
But there are people that'll subscribe to other shit and talk to these motherfuckers.
Oh man, those lonely niggas living in the basement. They grandma and they mother live upstairs.
Because, like Dre said, everything is incorporated with sex when it first comes out.
Yeah,
Like the phones.
Phone sex. That's a thing.
That's where it started. The sex
yeah.
hotlines.
That shit
And
makes me laugh.
motherfuckers used to ruin. They used to. I know it's still a thing, but the
I'm about to say,
motherfuckers
you
used to
say
ruin
you
and still do ruin their marriage. Ruin their fucking marriage over the fucking sex hotlines, and there are motherfuckers that are
If
ruining
he
their
did that,
marriages
that
and
means
relationships
his
over OnlyFans.
marriage wasn't as good as he thought it was. Because if your marriage is good,
exactly.
I don't really think that you're gonna go and be like, "Yo,
Ain't nah. That's
I'm gonna
it's a
send you a little $10." Like that's real cheating because you like providing this person on the web with more time than what you giving your. Why the fuck you in the marriage for, bro?
but and
Like,
see that's the
But
point.
there
That's why
are
it
motherfuckers
gets
like
lost.
that, bro.
Yeah, of course. But if your wife isn't having sex with you, like you said, you're gonna have to get it from someplace else, and so that's why prostitution still exists. You
yeah,
know,
but
hookers,
go get a happy ending. Because once you're nut, you're gonna forget about everything. You're gonna be like, "Damn, that was a stupid decision."
especially if it's with a woman that you don't even care about, you'd be like, all right, I guess that I gotta go home to my wife. I actually care about my wife. I just
Yeah,
wanted to get cut off with
yeah,
you.
yeah, I care about her, but not enough for me to, say not
But
get a fucking happy ending.
like when they talk about the reason why most people get divorced, infidelity is not even like the main reason. But when
It's
they talk,
more kids.
what would you say?
I read an article once that said like it's like in the end the 80% percentile, it says that most marriages end because of the children. It's either an argument that happened with the children, something that correlates with the child. Because
Money.
yeah, and money, oh I need more money, it's always, but most of the time it's always an argument about the child or
It's because these
children.
people don't need to be married or have kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can't make that a actual reality. So, fuck it. We're not China.
I'm just trying to say it so that way people who I
That shit,
don't know will think it's personal because they can reassess themselves.
and it was a good idea for China to do that for a little bit, but that shit really wasn't a thing like outside the major cities. Like if you lived on a farm, you're gonna have 7 kids. Like you just got
Shit,
to do.
you need people to
Well,
help you fucking
I
run
don't
that
necessarily
motherfucker.
mean like they shouldn't ever. I mean, people
Nah,
don't
I was
take
right
the
for that.
time to ever take care of themselves, learn who they are, and find a purpose in life to where they're cool. They just keep dealing with shit and dealing with shit, and then they find somebody else who can deal with shit that they also like, and then they both try to deal with their shit at the same time, not knowing that if they actually do deal with their shit, they might grow to a point to where this other person is now not somebody they feel any type of compatibility with at all. And that could be a year down the line, 5 years, 10 years, 50 years.
Yeah.
What you just described is way too much self-reflection, and it's too difficult. Nobody actually wants to
Yeah.
do it. They just
Yeah,
want to.
people ain't gonna fucking try to grasp that idea.
That's why I talk shit about everybody because they're like, oh, why are you talking shit? Because I have an answer, but you're not going to fucking do it, so fuck you.
Yeah, I don't feel bad.
You got, people also gotta understand like men and women are fucking two completely type of freaking things. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
men see everything different. Women see shit different too. It's just like, but you gotta be understandable to say, hey, listen, she might grow older different than the way I grow older. I might grow dumber. I might grow smarter. I might whatever. Or I might just gradually go as a normal motherfucker. She might just stay the same fucking way, or she might get more wiser. You gotta be willing to take that chance. If you're not, like Tyler said, like some people should just not get fucking married, bro.
I mean, either way, the internet gives you more options, bro. Like
Yep.
it gives you more
Artificial
options than
bullshit.
before. Like before, you have
it makes you think you have more options, but it doesn't necessarily give you more options for real. Yeah, like we were talking about earlier, when motherfuckers get catfished and all that other shit. Like you under the impression that some woman 1,000 miles away is going to be your next girlfriend or your wife. Like, yeah, that's not that don't happen for most guys. Most of the time, if a man's going to be cheating on his wife, it's going to be with woman he works with.
Yeah, it's like the lottery.
Right.
That happens basically. Chance the ratio for that happening is not.
The internet fooled people into thinking
But,
they don't really have.
but that's that like Jason said. The internet was like for me. I've always saw it as a tool, not as
Exactly.
something like it's a tool, bro.
But a tool can be used for good and bad, bro.
Yeah, you're right.
A hammer could build a house and it could take a life.
Or you could kill a motherfucker.
And you know what?
But
Say it
that's the
like that.
person too.
When you say it like that, we really can't blame the internet for relationships being fucked up if that's what it is, because
No, you can't.
nobody makes you go on the internet and do the wild shit people do. You don't have to post the things people post.
Word.
You can use the internet however you want to use it, and people want to use it for all the bad things. That they were gonna do that anyway. That was
But
already.
that's why we have this podcast
Word.
so we can show them the internet is not for fucking using the hammer the wrong way. The internet is for using the hammer to fucking build.
I mean, just like most of the questions that we pose, it's all circumstantial. So it might not be the same in every scenario. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
Some people do use it for good. Like fucking YouTube, if you want to learn anything on the fly, you just go to YouTube.
You
Like
don't
the
have
internet
nothing.
is not all bad at all. You know what I mean?
I think it's just well balanced. It's just more people are being negative and they just choose to see that the internet is worse. Because we all five of us here, we can just go and just pick at it and see how much good it is. It does have a lot of good.
If you look at it like food, social media and stuff like that is just junk food.
All the food is poison.
It is that too, though.
Yeah, but just like for relationships, people are using this tool that we call the internet as a way to like hide, create a second life, try to make it seem like it's because no one's gonna know what the fuck you're doing right away until someone catches you out there. But using the internet to kind of like, like swim through the gray areas of life,
create a new version of yourself.
There you go. Create another version of yourself where it's like, no one knows what you're doing, but you're doing that because you're trying to escape whatever the fuck you're getting away from. Because that's usually what it turns out to be. Why people are like cheating or going to go take these trips and they're not supposed to, or just pretty much doing some conniving shit. But like how Dre said too, the tool is meant for good, and people are just using it for bad, so to speak.
Yeah.
Well, the old Google machine says 50% of people have even reported that social media has had a significant negative impact on their relationship. From phubbing to jealousy to micro cheating, social media has opened up a whole new world of ways in which we are able to cause conflict and ruin our relationships. And it says, nothing destroys a rare has the internet ruined relationships. Nothing destroys a rare special moment between two people more than a phone notification vibrating and ruining the mood. According to a study done by Consciously Digital, 75% of women participated said that their digital devices ruined their relationships and intimacy.
Well, now we have because of the information on the internet.
So it's not just. Go ahead.
Yeah,
There's a little bit of a
what I'm
lag.
trying to say
I heard
is
what
like,
you said.
now we have that information. That information you just got is from the internet. Now we have that, so now we know. Fucking next time you're gonna pipe fucking Lil Sue or whatever, put your fucking phone on silent, my nigga. Why? Because now you got the information. Because the internet does give you good shit. No, but you know what? After you just said that, and we said this, maybe another fucking 12,000 people said the same shit. They're gonna still leave their phone. Because maybe mom and dad's gonna call in the next half hour. Fuck that. Turn your fucking phone off, pipe your wife, have a nice nut, and fucking learn something. But people don't do that. It's fucking stupid ass people.
Just leave your fucking phone one day. Like, just try and live life one day without your phone on you. See what happens. See if you get anxiety.
Or do something. Just do more things that don't involve your phone. like something that will remind you of what it's like to do critical thinking and be aware of your surroundings. Use more common sense with your judgment and your thought process and what you're doing, not just keep doing things on the fly. Because if you don't, just like with a relationship, you don't give yourself time to sit there, absorb, and then go based off of what was absorbed and analyzed. And you just keep running into fucking dead ends and fork in the roads all day. Like, perfect example, like me and my girl, we're playing this game card called Served. Literally, there's a half a deck for men.
Yeah, I know what it is.
Yeah, and you could play for 3 months, 6 months, a year, depending how y'all want to do it. And we've already been at it for like the first 3 weeks of this year already. Well, starting from the last week of December, but she played some real funny ass card where I had to walk backwards, or she had to like not be on her phone when we're talking or make direct eye contact. It's like you have a lot of weird, funny things that they do, but it brings on the engagement. But it brings engagement back.
It brings more senses into fucking play.
Did you pick said game up in the store?
No, she did, and as soon as she showed me, I was immediately down for it because there's a couple of funny ass cards in there.
Bought it in the store?
She probably got it from like Hot Topic or Spencer's or something.
Are you asking if she got it
online?
I was
just trying to get you to say she ordered it on the internet.
Yeah, right. I knew you.
He's always
a little clever motherfucker.
Weirdo. Coming here looking
that's what I'm supposed to do.
You look like a Streets of Rage mini boss right now.
He does.
But dark, yeah, like bro. It's just tying it back to like there's not enough engagement, and internet is not making it worse. It's pulling people away from what they're supposed to do, how they're supposed to prioritize, commencing and engagement conversations, and just straight doing things with people.
Yeah, I agree with you, bro.
Well, you know what? Pick up a fucking Nerf gun and shoot your girl in the neck. Let her shoot you in the fucking bridge of your nose. Like, that's engagement. Like, go back to that.
You know
what do you mean let her? This is equal rights, equal fights, nigga.
I was gonna say, like, I'm gonna.
That's an equal right there. You shoot me in the neck, and I'm gonna catch you from deep when you're not looking at it. Pow, nigga.
You said let her, bro. Ain't no letting going on here.
You know damn well.
Expectations?
Even though I said
the internet.
Say it again.
What about expectations?
Expectations.
Wait, what expectations are you talking about? Like the expectations?
Well, no. I mean, in relationships, you think the internet kind of fucked that up?
I mean,
no, people just blew their own spots up. So it's like, it's like internet didn't ruin it. It's just the internet was a platform to be like, wait, hold up, this motherfucker cheating. Yo, girl, check out this post, or yo, my nigga, look, your girl doing this. It's not that it ruined their relationship.
I don't mean just with cheating though.
You're talking about like I'm expecting a man to be a certain way. I'm expecting a woman to be a certain way. That's what Jason's talking about. But
on that level,
but that still that still goes back to what Miggs was saying. That still goes back to critical thinking. The internet stripped us from critical thinking. So that's, you know what I'm saying? So if you don't know that these are fucking false expectations, like, yo, bro, like what the fuck is this? You fucking got no critical thinking, you got no common sense, you lack fucking logic, bro. And it's the internet that's probably stripping people from that. Because the real right people, they will never lose their fucking logic.
But if you have enough people,
it's like with the basis of relationships. You want to meet a chick online, or you want to go out there and actually run into somebody you can see, talk to, vibe, see on the way to work or whatever. Like, you can build a better relationship from seeing and knowing somebody on the go, going to work, passing by, rather than like, I hope this digital fake ass person says something back to me. And now I'm staring at my phone, expecting it to go off, but it's somebody I didn't think. Now I'm setting worse expectations in myself on what I prioritize, what I'm looking for versus what I'm waiting for.
Right.
Yeah.
But that's
I understand what Jason said too.
But nowadays, most people are dating through the internet.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's
like
very.
It's like at 60 something right now.
It's very rare for a couple to like come together organically, like how it used to be. It's not a thing anymore. It's rare. It's more people. I got married because I met this person on the internet, which is crazy. But I guess
even asking for a number is outdated.
What'd you
Yeah,
say?
I think it's because
Asking for a number is outdated. People like go by social media names and shit,
Yeah.
unless they aren't actually on there.
I also think like the internet has like fucking made men more feminine than you know what I'm saying. They're not as masculine as before. So back then, men would just be like, you know what, I'm gonna go try to talk to this
Whoa,
girl.
whoa,
Hey, yo,
whoa!
what's
Are you
up?
trying to say men that are becoming women are not masculine?
I think what he's trying to say is the internet created some bitch ass niggas out there.
Is making some pussy bitch motherfuckers. That's what
Yeah,
I'm trying to say.
yeah, word.
Yeah.
Whoa!
So now there's less men are more fucking intimidated by a woman than they were, let's say 20 years ago. A man would go and say, hey, you know what? I'm gonna talk to her. Or she'll say, fuck her, I'll talk to the next one. You know what I'm saying? Men were willing to go up
Nah,
to bat
nah.
and swing. Now you got more men that just sitting in the fucking bleachers. They'll never go up to the plate to
But
swing
why are they not going up and swinging though?
because the internet.
No, but like
You think the internet ruined confidence?
Yes,
Yeah,
it has a
didn't
little.
ruin men's
Well,
confidence.
I think it's ruined interest.
No, what happened is
Wait,
You
men
what
are
you
said,
saying,
Dre?
Jay?
in real life because they're afraid of the backlash now. The men are
Yeah.
afraid they go up to talk to a woman in real life, she's gonna be like, "Oh, you trying to approach me, and that's oppressive." I don't know if y'all remember that. Remember when they had the fucking those videos on the internet where the women were complaining about men stepping up to them and asking them for their number and shit. Like men still
Yeah.
do that shit in real life, bro. But men decided to fall back because it's like, yo, these bitches are gonna put charges on us because I asked for her number or I said she.
yeah, they're asking the wrong people. I don't
Which
know.
how you gonna know it's the right person if you think
No,
a
no, no.
girl?
I had a sarcastic answer for that, but I realized how much more that would have caused another discussion. No. You're right. I wasn't trying to go against it, but if the
Nah, I feel
person
you.
himself, yeah, but you're right. You know, it's not even about internet anymore. It's in that person himself. Like, why the hell are you so scared of rejection to that level, or to just it's a yes or a no. The worst you can do is say no. But
No,
I guess if you scared of the woman nowadays, they're gonna look, this nigga try to holler at me. Come out of McDonald's on his job, come and smell like French fries. Look at this nigga, goofy fuck.
And
Why you trying to holler at me in
it
your work?
also
You know, like I don't know, like some people can be evil or mean, but I don't know. I don't know what happened to men these days either. Where it's like, yo, hey, what's up? How you doing, man? Like, hey, you mind if I can talk to you real quick? Or I gotta go somewhere. Can I get your number?
Now
Talk to you later.
and
No,
they're not gonna give you the number. You know what they're gonna do? They're gonna say, hey, you got social media? You know why? Because
oh
they want
word,
to check
yeah.
you out first.
Check me on Instagram.
Yeah, because they only saw what you presented to them. So now they want to go, hey, listen, let's see what this motherfucker was doing in 2014. I'm gonna check his Facebook shit. And boom. That's what they do.
They nosy as hell. They be detectives,
Oh,
bro.
word. Especially if they get your Facebook page. They want to
Yeah.
see all your friends, who they talk to when they talk to you, and pictures and photos, and then it creates this whole little expectation of, we were talking the other day, but now that we're coming on this date or chill, yeah. So I didn't know you knew this person, or like
It
start
destroyed
bringing
the
up some shit
mystery.
to like sabotage the conversation or the relationship. It's like don't bring what you thought you think
And it's kind of
into the
taboo if you
relationship.
don't have social media.
Yeah, it kind of like, but it destroyed the mystery. Like, oh, let me get to know this person, bro. They could go and they could basically get a rough draft of who you are just by looking at your fucking
So
Instagram. Be
crazy
like,
because
I bet.
it's
A
real.
rough draft of who they think you are.
Yeah,
Exactly.
because you can still, like you said, you can still be, imposed as, oh, I'm this, because people don't. You say, I ain't gonna take a picture of me crying because my cousin died. I'm gonna post it. This is me crying. It's my best nigga left.
That shit is crazy to me. People like, oh man. The one, I don't know if I told you this, but what I really hate is when somebody's like, "Oh, happy birthday to my mother" on Instagram or something, and it's like, "Dog, your mom is not on Instagram. Just call your mother and tell her happy birthday." Now you gonna post that? You post that on Instagram.
Dre, but some mothers are on Instagram.
No,
though.
of course.
My mom is.
No, I get what he's saying though. It's like
My
you're
mom
wasting
gonna
all
be
this
60
time
and
to
she's
put up
on
a
Instagram.
post. You
You
could have
posting
just
that for
called
your
her.
followers, not for your fucking mother. And I
Yeah,
don't think people do that
It's for
because it's like,
status and reputation. I understand what Dre's saying. He's totally fucking right. People's gonna post, yo, this is my mom. This is the lady that brought me into the world. You heard. Post a picture of her.
it's a lot
And
of people's
half
moms
these
who
niggas
aren't on
don't
Instagram.
even know your moms, bro.
Exactly. That's another thing. Out of all the followers you got, how many of them actually know your mother in real
Like
life?
5.
Exactly.
Those probably your sisters and your
Got 400
cousins and shit.
following you or something, or 700 people following you. It's like, yo, half of people don't. They never met your mother before, bro. Like, it's cool that you have a good relationship with your mom, but just call her and tell her happy birthday and you love her.
Bro,
There's really no
I know
need.
everybody
Yeah, we
here.
don't have to know you bought her another Bentley.
Yeah, everybody here
Bro, but
knows
it's
that
really
they've
because they
looked
want
at
the
someone
clout.
that's on
Yeah.
their Facebook and they say, "Yo, happy birthday to your mom." But you ever was scrolling, but like, "Yo,
Ma,
fuck
look
your
at that. I
mom."
got 1
There's
million
people out
people
there
to
just
say
saying,
happy
"Yo, fuck
birthday
your
to me.
mom," but you don't
Yeah.
know.
No,
They
but you
looking
know
at it,
what?
ugly ass mom, nigga. Just keep going.
And coming from that angle, you know,
Fuck
it
her.
doesn't have to be. Getting back to this, it doesn't have to be relationships with like a significant other. It can also be relationships between your friends. You know what I'm saying? You know, school friends or even family. It's like, you know, everybody wants to use the internet in a form of how to communicate or how to express to you know how to express what they're trying to say. When it's like, how you forget to just do a fucking phone call. Like,
Yeah.
I'm old school. Don't send me a message of happy birthday on Facebook. Call me. If you really know me, you my family, and you know you have my number. Sending me a Facebook message before calling me. It's kind of like, yo, like you could have just called me to tell me that. Like, I'd rather hear that from you. A message.
Yeah.
I don't want to treat you like the random people that would all say it if I can't really see them or don't have their contact anymore. But
A Facebook message is a new fucking. That's the new text message
Honestly, I prefer carrier pigeon myself.
now.
yo, yo, send me a letter. Let me see how much postage
Send a
you put
letter
on
in
that
this pigeon,
envelope.
nigga.
Send me a letter. That shit.
But
That was like,
nobody hacked that shit.
This is another thing. You ever had encounter somebody and you be like, "Yo, bro, how was that basketball game you went to last week?" Yo, what? Yo, who told you that? Bro, you posted it, bro. Oh, you watching my page? No, nigga, shit just popped up on my fucking. I was walking, said, "Bro," and the
Yeah, right.
I know you at the game. Like,
come
I
to
ain't
find
watching
out,
your
you were at the
life,
game
bro.
too, nigga. Like, why can I ask you
I
how the
ain't
game
watching your
was?
life, bro. So like now it's like that's your fault. Why you getting mad at me? Like, you know what I'm saying? You know what? Fuck that game, bro. Fuck it.
Right.
You're the one telling the whole world what you're doing because you think it's
Exactly.
so important and
But
interesting.
that's another kind of type of form of GPSing because I can know right now if we all just go into our phone and we look at people's freaking posts, we could be like, "Yo, that nigga was over here that day." It tells you the date, the time.
Oh
Yo, I was
yeah,
in
it
Times
does
Square
all that.
at the tree.
I'm pretty
I'm
sure
gonna
you gotta
pull
have
up.
that turned on, but I know what you're talking about.
No, it's not always. Like, if you
I'm
really
not
want,
saying to know exactly where they are, but you know what they did the whole last week. Like, yo, this motherfucker went to the tree, or from there he went to 42nd Street because I saw the McDonald's. I've been there many times. I'm familiar with the area. I know how it looks. So I know you was there. You ordered a Big Mac, nigga, because you was eating it, and I saw it in your picture. It's too much.
He goes here every day. He films a TikTok at lunchtime.
That's what I'm saying. It's a little too
That
much.
motherfucker owes me $1. It could go either way because
pause.
think about it. Fuck it,
But
because
how-
I was gonna say you could also just you could nurture a relationship on the internet too. You know what I mean? Maybe somebody that you haven't seen for a long time. You just met up with them on Facebook, exchange
No,
numbers and shit.
Yeah, but
like
that's
me
not.
and
It's not those
me and
that.
Jason.
That's a different kind of relationship. The ones that actually work or go somewhere or become meaningful, those are excluded from this kind of relationship. Where
Yeah.
you know,
See, what makes what you said relationship? We're talking about like dating relationship, right?
Mhm.
I think it's talking about any relationship you can have with people in life,
Yeah.
like all your different types of friends, because that's definitely true for people who you haven't talked to since like high school, and there's nothing. You don't got no problem with them. It's no beef, but it's just like, damn. I guess we could be friends on Facebook or whatever, but it's I'm just happy to see motherfuckers is alive.
Word.
That's
Long-
basically me and Jason. We didn't see each other for mad long. We found each other on Facebook. Yo, what's good? How you been? Oh, how's life? Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh shit.
Yeah.
You
Facebook
grew up
and
to be a
Instagram
good
was
fucking person.
in my family too.
Yeah. But you know,
Yeah, he looks like a chicken nugget now.
before we go to the next topic, the next part of this, don't you guys hate those fake ass moms? Like they're single moms and they take pictures of their kid. Oh, look at my son. But you know them personally because you've seen them and you've been around them and you know they shitty ass moms. Like they take pictures, like they like have a whole like picture. They
facade
try,
for the internet.
yeah, a whole facade for everybody else. They're like, yo, wait, I
You
saw her
mean
beating shit up.
evidence?
Huh?
It's evidence. So that way, if somebody says that you're this, the other evidence is that
Yeah,
you're doing something else.
evidence.
Yeah.
It's like taking notes in medicine.
Like, yo, why she act like she a good mom? I seen her fucking throw that kid against a car the other day.
It's like, what you mean? She is a good mom. She was just feeding him ice cream at
Yeah,
McDonald's.
she posted it on
Yeah.
Facebook, so she has to be a good mom.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what I'm
Look,
trying
she
to
put
say.
shades on him. She covered up that black eye. Got him a
Oh,
toy.
my son is fresh. I bought him
I don't
some
know, guys.
Yankees.
We might want to slow it down here. Some people might think we're getting a little sexist now. There's only a bunch of men in here.
I would
No,
say
There's
no,
you
only
fuck
talking.
that. Because it's the
conquerors
same thing
out
with the
there.
dads.
How can you be sexist if it's
It's the
true?
same thing with the dads. Let me post these pictures of the weekend.
Just saying the truth, bro. Like, come on.
True. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
the
I'm
same.
talking about the moms who be doing fake shit for the kids. This moms is like you talking about hitting the kids or whatever. It's moms who don't even be around their kids on a daily and have their grandma raising their kids.
Bro,
Yes,
but it's the same
sir.
thing for the
Yeah,
mom. Same thing for the dads too.
yeah. Deadbeat dads are a real thing, and
Oh
they
yeah,
don't
this was a
fuck them niggas.
fuck them.
But starting for the internet
Fuck some niggas.
is a thing. Just like with
No
moms.
services.
Dads do the
Like
same thing. Oh
deadbeat
look,
moms
what's
need to
she
be
talking
talked
about? I
about
don't do
more.
nothing with
Fuck
my
them
man.
both.
What you mean I don't support my son? I don't support my daughter. I just bought them some sneakers. Look, I posted it on TikTok.
and fucking
We went.
season
We went.
bags.
I took them to Foot Locker myself. You see that right here? Look,
Yep.
I do for
You is
them.
not
Why you
lying,
acting like
bro.
I don't buy them shit too? He wearing the shits we talking about right now. Fuck you mean?
It's crazy. That's a real thing. It's so sad that motherfuckers is so self-centered. Only think
Internet is
about
a tricky
themselves.
bastard.
People are gonna have kids and then still make life only about them.
Yep.
That's what I'm trying to say. Like, you fucking moron. You're a piece of shit. The whole reason why you have the urge to fuck, like the reason why men have sex drive is because it's written in your fucking DNA to reproduce, to continue this shit we call life. So why the fuck would you do it and just be like, oh, you know what? Fuck it. You're tainting it. You belittle it. Fuck you, bro.
But they don't think that far ahead. Common sense ain't common anymore.
Yeah, exactly. Or type people that try to make sense out of nonsense.
Or homeboys pullout game is fucking shitty. I don't know. Shit happens. Maybe you broke the condom. Who knows? All I know is if you have a kid, you know that should be an immediate wake up call to a sense of I need to get on my shit to this extent. Can't make it about me. But no one thinks like that nowadays. And
It's so
depending,
fucking weird.
That's because they're told they don't have to. They can do it and still be all about themselves.
Like grew.
Yeah, those are the ones that every time they got a boo boo on their knee, they needed to get some kind of kiss or recognition or participation award.
Or join a gang because that's my real family. They love me more. They give me more attention. Fuck out of here.
Yeah, but then still show up at Thanksgiving talking about I miss my friends. Go to your family then, nigga. Fuck you mean? Pick a side already.
I think people they're just too self-centered. They too into themselves. It's just crazy. And the internet has a big thing of
Some people are just lost. You'd be surprised how many people try to create a life of their own that wasn't even their own. They're just trying to piece together what they see around themselves, what they absorb on the internet, or what they find interesting through other people that they want to like.
that's fine. But what I'm trying to say, there are real people out here that know that what they're doing is wrong. They know that they're lying to themselves and they still do it.
Oh, Karens, yeah.
I don't think you get the definition of a Karen.
I would say it's not just Karens.
No, but it's just one of them. I don't want to go through a whole list. Just the first one that came to my mind, like, oh yeah, Karen. That's one of them.
I get what you're saying though. It's them Twitter fingers, man.
Twitter fingers. The fake newsers.
The internet tough guys.
Oh, especially them motherfuckers. especially if y'all listening, you could talk all you want on make a bold little fucking paragraph on the internet, but guarantee you won't say that to the next man in front of you. Should you have a problem and you feel like you need to speak up, but then you don't because you want to go take it to the internet instead. Bunch of pussy.
That's what
Wait,
Nobody knows how to fucking what's the word I'm looking for? De-escalate anymore. Like nobody really just doesn't focus on that. Like if something happens, first thing y'all think is, oh, now I gotta fight, or now I probably gotta shoot this motherfucker or stab him. Like, what about it? All right, well, you know what? My bad. Now that I understand there was a misunderstanding, my bad. All right, you want to give a fist bump? No, all right, so I'm just gonna walk this way. Go fuck yourself anyway. What do you want me to tell you now?
I agree with you.
People don't think, they just emote.
Yeah, but I understand exactly what he's saying. They're trying to like fight for this pride that they don't even have. They think they have. They think they're this prideful person, but they're not. But they say, hey, listen, this is what everybody else do. So you know what? I'm gonna just fight. I'm gonna fight this guy. Oh damn, he's fucking 6'4". I gotta stab him or shoot him.
I just learned the jujitsu from YouTube. I could do it.
Oh, what?
I just learned a jiu-jitsu move.
Well, I just learned full on jujitsu. I'm a fucking black belt in 2 days from YouTube.
Did you get your yarmulke?
Yes. It fits very well underneath my fucking dojo pants. Thank you for getting it for me.
I'm sorry. What?
Oh, did I put it on?
That might give us flag now.
The instructions said put on your head. I must have read it wrong.
Yep, let's get taken down. So say whatever you want, guys.
Wait, what just happened? Why would that get us flagged?
Because he got his yarmulke. He said he put it in his pants, and then he read the instructions wrong. He put it on the wrong head.
That's hilarious.
Too soon?
I'm just waiting for Kanye to pop up, waiting to join now.
Isn't he missing?
No, apparently at some point he said that he was like taking a social media fasting break, I guess. But who knows how true that is? You know,
Hey, he lost his phone. That's what happened.
If he comes back docile, like too docile,
Is that the wording that he really used? He said social media.
I didn't see it myself, to be fair, but somebody was saying that.
Well, that's crazy, bro. I don't. That's
Kanye is always watching.
Let's not give him that much power.
I would say they're probably gonna clone him again.
There's some things that Kanye is not wrong about, but I think he's just prime example of what the internet can do to you.
But he's what fame can do to you.
Yeah. When he was first famous, he wasn't all over the place like that.
I mean, he kind of was.
Kinda, but not like to this extent. He's more famous now than ever before.
Because of his retardation.
Because of his retardation?
Yeah.
It's fucked up.
Yeah, we getting flagged.
We're gonna get flagged because we talked about a person that they're trying to fucking cancel. I don't think so.
I think it's because of what we're talking about. I mean, before we get too crazy, Mr. BoJack Horse Whisperer. We'll start with you. What is your take on the internet and ruining relationships in all aspects, not just love between a partner?
Why you said it like that? Love.
Love.
I think you have to start with Dre, I guess.
He's busy jacking a horse.
Yeah, he's going through the categories.
Are you whispering to the horse?
Starts with a whisper to get him ready, and then the first name comes in play.
See, he read the instructions wrong too. It said whisper by the head. Mach, what about you? What you take on the internet ruining relationships in all aspects?
In all aspects of the relationship itself?
I mean just
all kind of.
That's a flag, y'all. We getting flagged.
Your name is a flag, bro.
Well,
No,
I
you're
think
you're
in
absolutely right. No horses
As
were.
far as we know, there's a lot of dark screens here, but let's hope so,
yeah,
John.
yeah,
And
Only one of us is a horse whisperer, whatever that really means.
yeah. You know what that means.
You're the only one who said it.
Yo, well, what I think is, I think it's not really ruining relationships. It's really ruining the person as an individual, and obviously, individuals fucking meet each other, and well, yeah, coming right back around to that, yeah, it probably does ruin a nice amount of people's relationships. Pertaining to who the person is, though.
right, circumstantial.
Yeah, to the circumstances of the people. But I think it's ruining the person more as an individual if they don't have a good, decent amount of common sense. Other than that, it could really fucking fuck some shit up.
Common sense is a dime a dozen
Yeah, because
nowadays.
people, you got men that they come home from work and instead of spending time with their kids or their wife, they fucking go into the bathroom, probably like fucking beat off or something, or maybe play the video game for fucking 4 hours. Because that's basically being on the internet talking to other people you don't fucking know, and losing, like how Mig said, they losing contact with the people around them. And they making new relationships on the internet with other people they don't know, and that's saying, yeah. I don't know. I think it's ruining a lot of people's
So
lives and
you're
relationships.
losing physical relationships.
Yeah. It's ruining common sense and it's also ruining physical relationships. That's a better way to put it. That's what I really meant to say.
You're just saying ruining people.
Bojack, you back? Or you still jacking?
No, you asshole. I got dealing with a child, so you can stop yelling in the background at me. Talking about I want my blocks. It's like it's over there. Go get your building blocks over there. Don't yell at me.
It's acceptable. Let him yell at you.
Yeah, I know. I don't need to yell back. I'll just look at him and wait for him to walk the other way.
What's your take on the episode? Relationship
Um,
being ruined.
I mean, there's a lot of variables, but overall, I do think on both ends for a man and a woman, internet is ruining. Not that it has ruined because it's not over yet. People are actually doing things outside of the internet, but it is ruining relationships. Like how Mach said, there's no more creativity and interest in actual physical communication, engagement, that would lead to anything meaningful without it being, subjugated to the bullshit that people are looking at and seeing on the internet and talking about or trying to relate to. So, and then it creates this void where now, because if you're living that, seeing that, or even agreeing with that, especially through the internet, you're going to follow it, like a keeping up with the Joneses type of mentality. And now you're following what the internet is also, influencing you to believe and keep you motivated on what today's life and what relationships are. Everyone's always looking for something different to kind of like help and keep them on the right track, but all the influence is misguided. So internet, and yeah, with the perception of it all. So it's definitely misguiding everything and it's ruining it because we have a lot of dummies who would rather back up the others is misleading others who are following right behind it and believing bullshit before learning what the truth is. So on multiple levels, the internet is ruining it, but it would also come down to the individual. Like, how stupid are you to not have common sense at this point to know that the internet can be extremely toxic? You should be able to think for yourself and be more aware than leaning on this tool we call the
Yeah.
internet to increase relationships outside of your own self.
I feel like yeah. I want to add to that. I feel like they're grooming. That's a better word. They're grooming people to divide. It's better. Oh, it's better just to fucking know people from a screen
Yeah.
person. They're just grooming us from a younger age to be okay with not having human contact as much as before. So that's basically.
I hope that wasn't the plan, but
Yeah, that's
it's
definitely the
definitely
plan,
taking
bro.
effect in
It's
that
definitely
direction too.
planned. They
It's
so
definitely the plan, bro. Yeah, so ringing like crazy.
Like, yeah, well, whether it's the plan or not, it's working on that direction because people don't want to interact anymore. No one knows how to de-escalate, like I was saying earlier. No one knows how to confront positively and open-minded rather than defensive and ready to just like a scared little bitch ass nigga, you know what I mean? Want to talk shit to a big ass look, so some big ass dude, you know, and then all of a sudden you want to pull out a knife or a gun. Like, I've worked years of security, so I've watched people do that too. So it's like, what are you doing? Like, what are you gonna live by? And you're gonna
keep winning.
take a life out or hurt someone because you really are just clueless and misguided. You know, can't say the internet's part of that, but it's definitely some influence in there. But there's just multiple levels of it. But when it comes to engagement and being in front of people, confrontations, solving things with people with with humanistic values and interests, it's definitely not going in a direction where we can agree that it's working anymore. We have to get back to basics and things that actually worked. Being in front
Yeah,
of people, talking from the heart.
it's like in New York for they still do it to this day. They say, "Oh, it's about the money. Fuck everybody. Fuck everything. I'm chasing the bag. I'm chasing the bag." That's division, bro. Because you're telling everybody instead of coming together and helping. And hey, listen, you got to grow up, get out your mother's house, fucking move 7 states. Now you don't know your mother like that no more. Well, you know her, but you know what I'm saying, you don't see her. You don't, all that bullshit. Before it was the mother, the grandmother, your wife's grandmother, mother, father, all that. Everybody lived in one big ass house, and it was easy to live because everybody put $50, and it's just easier to live that way. But no, they want division, so it could be more sorrow, more disconnection from everybody. They win. They win that way.
Yep. If it goes against the betterment of what we know is right, then the wrong that they're trying to teach us and fill our heads up with, then they win. So common sense matters, ladies and gentlemen. Get your faces out of your phones. Fuck the internet. Be able to think for yourself. Don't be a motherfucking sheep for anything. Just pay attention to what's what. That's all I can
Yeah,
really
and
say.
log in on Fridays too.
Logging on Fridays. We're on Fridays now.
Yeah, I want to hear
Yeah,
Tyler.
Dre, what's your take on this episode?
I think it's the internet really shows people what they really are, and now they could be free in it, and then and unfiltered, and whatever they want to show, whatever they want to in their life, nobody can stop them. So it in turn, it I can't say it ruined relationships, but it's a major part of it.
Yeah,
Definitely. Tyler, what about you?
Uh, well, I would say that kind of going off a point that Macho was saying that it's really a tool at the end of the day. It's a tool that is so misused that people now go on to complain about the victimhood of their life that is caused by the flogging that they do to themselves with their own keyboards. It's ridiculous. And people don't have any type of accountability for themselves. They don't really have any responsibility for themselves. They don't even really know who or what the fuck they are at the end of the day. They're just going off of what they've been told. And they wonder why they're so empty and why they can't fill any of their voids and why they think they make a decision, but then there's still those really lonely days with a gallon of ice cream or by yourself in a corner or whatever it is. It's because you're just ignoring yourself and trying to figure out what's going on, what your demons are. So that way you're not actually afraid to talk to people. You will just, you'll just naturally interact with folk. Like if it's there, it's an opportunity, you can pick up a conversation. It's not that hard to strike up a conversation with somebody if you have the confidence in what you know and what you are. You're not trying to be something that you're not. And if you also have that confidence in yourself, you're not going to take somebody who doesn't know you and their words so personally that it's going to make you emote and lash out so easily. If you actually know who you are, you're not going to let somebody who doesn't know who you are really affect you like that. But everybody doesn't know shit about themselves or each other, and so we're just emoting around because this is what we feel like right now, and this is how I feel things should be like because this makes me feel the best most of the time. There's no
Dopamine.
thought or logic behind it. People are just feeling about things, but at the end of the day, they're not even feeling because their heart. It's just a reaction. To feel something is to be able to really think about it and take it in. It's like the wisdom for the heart is to feel something, to put it in your core. You understand what it is. To react is a whole different type of thing. That's fleeting. That's why people have these shitty marriages and they have kids by accident because they have all these fleeting moments that they mistake for things like love or and anything but lust. That's all it is. If you're able to recognize yourself and be like, you know what, hold up, let me pump my brakes. Because you know better. You've heard it beforehand. Hey, you know what? That's always a thing. Love at first sight, blah, blah, blah. People don't give a shit. They just go in raw and ruin their own lives and then somebody else's life that didn't have to exist yet or at all. And they want to blame each other and not themselves and take responsibility for it. Or even in other interpersonal relationships that don't have to do with like dating and things like that. A lot of times, people will bring themselves to the very problems in their lives because they neglect things that they didn't want to deal with earlier in life or earlier in, like, with their families. A lot of kids are the way they are mainly because of the lack of parenting, not because of parenting. People don't parent anymore, they just shove it off to the internet. They give it to a tool, but they don't
Basically, how
realize
they was
who's
raised.
running that tool. And then when they find out who's running that tool and they don't like it, it's already too late. And we're in a place where the biggest problem is the lack of accountability for people and how they are actually feeding into the very monster that they don't want. The only thing, like, it really is as simple as being the change you want to see in the world. It really is that simple, but not enough people actually think enough people think that, so nobody does it, so nobody sees a change. And because we are the type of species that wants to see change, we're like, I guess it's not working, and so we just stop because we're just so fucking lazy, which is part of the plan.
Right. All valid points. All valid points. Each one of you's take is unique from your own perspectives. Just like the whole perspective on whether the relationships are ruined from the internet or are they bettered. There are dating apps that'll have the ugliest or the loneliest of people who just can't seem to find people that are like-minded or uh, willing to get into something romantic romantically with them physically in person, so they veer off to the internet and wind up finding people. And like Dre said, uh it's very rare, but happy ending through fucking dating app online. Or you could be in a relationship or married on the flip side and use apps like Snapchat to.
You're muted. You're muted.
Did he mute himself?
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
My mic went out. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Now we good.
Your mic went out.
Yeah, for some reason. She said your mic was disconnected. Now I lost my train of thought. What was the last thing y'all heard me say?
He was saying that a relationship could get ruined.
By things like Snapchat and
Yeah.
Instagram DMs and people who using sneaky apps to keep conversations away from people or pictures away from people, thinking it's gonna
stay a
you know,
secret forever.
right? It's gonna be buried. But what's on the internet is never deleted. It's
But you
it's
can
there
you can you can
forever.
save a relationship with internet too.
You
Let's say
can. You
like
could
you
do
know you
beautiful things.
lost because you lost romance and you can look online and see how you can create a little more romance or spice it up a little bit, figure out new things that you can do. You know what? I want to do this for her on a random day, not a fucking stupid holiday.
It's
You know, shit
all
like that.
circumstantial. You could ruin your life or you could better it on the internet. You know what I mean? You could take schooling on the internet. You could learn how to build things, fix things, start businesses. You can host businesses or you can host podcasts like we do every Friday night right here in the break room. So be sure, like we said earlier, to click on that subscribe button, share with your friends, and subscribe to those lovely, lovely notifications so we can ring off in your box when we go live. Let us know what you think also.
Where do you think people hold their phones?
They don't, what do you mean? Why do I think people hold their phones?
No, where?
I mean, the phone is the box.
Okay.
What did you think I was referring to?
Yeah, don't even act like we did address this initially when you first did it on the at the beginning of
Yeah.
the show.
What do you think? What do you think I was talking about this whole time? I was talking about their phones. Their phones are the box.
I,
Their boxes are gonna vibrate, letting them
yeah,
know.
I get it. I get it. I also understand puns.
Oh, was that a double entendre? I'm sorry.
This nigga over here gonna use a word like double entendre, but can't say voyeurism.
Hey,
Voyeurism.
it's all circumstantial. Thank y'all
Whatever,
for
man. We got it on tape.
share with your friends. We're here. We love y'all. Thanks for tuning in to New Year.
Take it easy, humans.
Humans.
No matter what we said about the internet, you still needed to check us out.
Yeah,
Every
at least
Friday nights.
subscribe and keep it for us.
Right.
At least use the internet as a tool to come see us. Your boys.
Exactly. Positive ways.
Right.
And Jasmine.
Share, subscribe, notifications. Check
And comment.
that off. We want to buzz in your box. And I don't know why.
Come holler at the horse whisperer.
Why would
This
I
man's
need
the first person to refer to a cell phone as a box.
No? Well, no, I'm not. I'm pretty
Holler
sure
at your boy, the horse whisperer.